Hi, and welcome to Chronicles of Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's local yarn store. Remember to like us and subscribe underneath Kathleen over that way. The little, I know, and keep wanting to go over there. This is...
You see us in reverse.
Yeah, then we do. What episode is this?
I know you can get it.
17?
Yes!
Yay!
Because remember last time, Sweet 16. So
I did not remember that at all. I like how you have faith in me when I don't have faith in you, but I don't.
You did, no, and well placed this time.
yeah, you got it. So that's great.
No, we'll see how that won't continue. I have zero faith in myself to recall that. Anyway, we have a lot to go through in this podcast because we are coming up on Small Business Saturday, which is the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So Black Friday is Friday, which is also awesome, but like really Small Business Saturday.
We've had a lot of love and support from our community
really
over the last couple of
have.
Small Business Saturdays.
Everybody's great.
So, yeah. And
Well,
people
and
start their gift shopping, which is really
It's
nice.
true.
A lot of people do.
It's such a good opportunity to just go out, hit your local stores,
Yes.
get half of your list done, and
Yep.
Yes.
Whew.
And you can support your small local businesses. I mean, we one of the things that's going on around town, at least for me, is that this week is the book fair at my kids' school, which is through Watchung Booksellers, which is awesome.
nice.
That's so cool.
Our
Yeah.
fantastic indie bookseller.
Yes.
Great, and it's
great spot.
It's so lovely. It's so funny as I was coming from volunteering there yesterday, and one of the children's buyer actually was coming along as I was going into the parking lot by the train station. I have a permit. Don't at me. I'm fine. She was coming along with her dolly full of books to restock the book fair. She was like walking along, and I was like, "Oh, it's
that's
like
perfect.
the local store. I love it." So go support them too.
Yeah, and I think I'm not officially on the schedule for Saturday, although I'm floating, so I'll probably be in
Yeah.
a little bit. But
On that
I think
day,
this is
yeah.
the first time we've been open that I wasn't working or gone on Small Business Saturday. So maybe I can get my holiday shopping done.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Dolly Moo is a great place for holiday shopping too.
I'll just start in the morning.
And then go through.
Yep.
And then swing by here.
When I'm out of money, I'll come back here.
Well, hopefully we'll see a whole bunch of you there. And,
Yeah.
And even if you can't make it or you're not local, we can sell on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you see anything that you like, we're going to go through a bunch of kits that we have in store here in a little bit. So if you see anything you like, shoot us a note. Give us a phone call.
Give us a call when we're open.
When we're open.
Here's the thing. You can give us a call and leave us a message when we're not open, but if you call when we're open, we can take care of you right on the spot.
Right
so
away.
it's faster for you, and we don't mind either way, however you want to do it. But
And we ship
we do ship, absolutely.
To the
Totally
U.S.
ship.
In the U.S.
to the U.S.
Yeah.
We also
And
keep
maybe to
wish
Canada.
lists.
But
Yes, we do wish lists. We absolutely take wish lists.
Who was I talking? I was talking to somebody about the wish list here. Maybe it was someone in an intermediate class, and I was like, "Oh, you tell us what you want, we write it down, and then you send your person in,
And they buy it for you.
and they buy it for you."
Everyone's happy.
And everybody,
It's win-win-win. It really is.
It really is win-win-win. And if you're not sure, you can say either green or blue,
And let
then
them pick.
right, and you just tell them. Kathleen knows.
yeah.
I have all the scoop. I do.
She's got all the dirt. What else is going on around town?
Well, the Ashenfelter race is going to be coming up on Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving
right?
Day.
The annual
the
run.
1 mile run, which is more than
Yep.
fun run, starts at 8:15 in the morning, and then the 8K starts at 9 o'clock. So both at Glenridge High School, start and end at Glenridge High School.
And I know we have some customers who do those.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's a popular,
Yeah, we have some runners.
popular thing.
If my family was more athletic, that would be an awesome thing to. And yeah,
Way to start Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
not this year.
Not for you.
No.
No, we're not
No.
going to be in town.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be away, and I'm going to
gonna-
be away just for the day. But yeah, you're doing a.
We're going high desert. We're going to Santa Fe for my in-laws' 50th anniversary, wedding
How nice.
anniversary. They
How
actually
nice.
got married at the manor just down the street.
Oh, how cool.
50 years ago, even though they're not from New Jersey.
Wow,
No.
that's really
Wait,
funny.
how did
Brooklyn.
that happen?
Wow.
I'm not sure.
Well,
I'm
do,
not
do
sure.
you
We'll
want to
we'll
hear?
find out.
You know the weird thing. Jean and I got married at the Women's Club in Upper Montclair, even though we didn't live here at the time.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, we did
Okay,
our
that's weird.
we did our wedding and ceremony and reception both there. It was so fun. It was a great place for a wedding.
That's awesome.
We had 80 people. It was the perfect size
That's
to me.
perfect.
To me.
That's the
Wait,
perfect
but you
size
weren't
size.
here?
No, we were living in Hoboken at the time. And one of my friends had done her wedding at a women's club somewhere in Bergen County. So we started looking at women's clubs, and we just liked the Montclair one.
It's a great venue.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it is.
Really great venue.
But it was really funny when we did for prom last
And
year.
those
That's where
prom
they did
pictures,
pre-prom.
yes.
Exactly. So we did some pictures
You're
like
and here's where
recreating.
Mommy got married.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
it was
nice.
fun. It was fun.
I love that.
It's a beautiful facility though. It really is cool.
really is.
And actually, we're lucky in Montclair. We even have 2 women's clubs. We've got
That's
the
true.
Montclair and Upper Montclair. So
very
they're both good. Have done events at both.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah. So we'll be in New Mexico.
I'll be here.
They'll be here.
Philly.
Philly.
area.
I love
Thank you,
Philly.
Paul, bro, for hosting the annual. Now, it's so fun. I love having, like knowing what we're going to do every year.
That's nice.
I like it. I like consistency.
I
in
do
all the
too.
ways.
I do too. My
But
kids
you know,
also
it's
really
fun
like
also
it.
now and then to do different
To do a
things.
little- to mix
It's fun
up.
to spice it up and
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, we always have a great time. So
Yeah.
he does a lot of cooking. We all do a lot of cooking. He also orders his turkey from Whole Foods. So
Smart boy.
Nice.
turkey and extra turkey breasts of different flavors and varieties.
Ooh,
we try
good
out
idea.
the funky things with the
You
turkey
have like
breasts.
an assortment.
We totally do.
Right. So, like, how
Yeah.
many people are there?
It's like between 15 and 20, depending on who's around
That's a
that
good
particular
number.
year.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is good. They have this really cool dining room table that they had made in Amish country, and the way their kitchen and dining room goes into the living room, they can extend it. So it's like,
Oh, that's really nice.
I love it. I love it when everyone can be at one table.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I do
Well,
too.
Yeah,
It's
just
fun.
us fills up our dining room.
Yeah.
So
You got the fam.
yeah,
and
it's,
you got the big
there's
family.
8 of us around the dining room table,
mhm.
and then Catherine's bringing her boyfriend, and we might have an extra couple or 2 au pairs, and
That's always
It's so nice. It's fun.
though.
It's a
I love
great-
that.
so we'll probably have 12
That's like my mom's
just
thing.
with my people.
Just you. Just people who are actually like
blood
Living
related
in
to
your,
me
connected
or
to your household. Yeah, your
Essentially
immediate
directly
household.
Immediate
connected.
family.
Yeah.
Well, that's like my mom's Thanksgiving. She invites a lot of friends, and basically it's like whoever's around who doesn't have a place to go. And honestly, you could probably out there in internet
If you're
land
looking for a place.
could probably, if you can make it to Bergen County on
could probably swing
Thanksgiving,
in and
my
buy it.
mother would, I'm sure, be happy to have you, especially if you bring a dessert. Yeah, it's actually her birthday today that we're recording.
Oh,
So
happy
happy
birthday,
birthday,
Caarin.
Mom! You're not going to get much past
Happy
this, I don't
belated
think.
after when we
Yeah,
publish.
it comes out.
Yeah.
She gets about halfway through the podcast. That's fine.
So we're early
Well,
on.
good.
We're early on. She'll hear it.
Perfect.
We're good. Do we have anything else happening around town? We have some finished objects, if not.
Yeah.
We do. And then we'll talk about all the stuff we put together for small.
That's a
yeah.
lot of what's happening around town
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
us putting together kits and special things for you to buy on Small Business Saturday and Black Friday.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Well, just to make it an easy in and out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And
You know,
also,
you've got
you
a long
could send
list
your
of
loved
places
ones.
to go. Yeah.
Take the stuff. So let's go through finished objects. Amanda has...
I have a Perky Little Hat.
Oh, I love
It's so
it.
cute. It's really fun.
I really love this cuff right there. It's
Right.
so cute.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Perky Little Hat by Sharon Lentsch. This is not my hat. This is my daughter Abby's hat,
Ow.
and she is a Hufflepuff.
She is a Hufflepuff. She's straight up Hufflepuff.
Yeah, so this is her Hufflepuff hat. This is in the Knitted Wit Cotton Candy, and we had all the house colors.
We may have one Hufflepuff left.
We
I
have
see
a
that
Hufflepuff.
yellow.
Yeah.
We may have a couple
I
more.
think there's a Gryffindor still there.
Ooh.
I think.
Yeah.
I saw it. I
Ooh.
think it was yesterday, and it didn't sell. I was here yesterday, so.
I find it entertaining to see which houses go first. It's usually, I feel like it's Slytherin and Gryffindor.
It's
Oh
really
yeah,
Hufflepuff.
definitely. Slytherin, Gryffindor. Yeah. It's so fun. It's adorable.
Yeah, but yeah, so she's super happy. She actually
She
on
saw
the,
it. She's
on the
seen
way
it
to
already.
school this morning. Yeah, she was like, "Oh yay, I'm gonna wear my new hat today." I'm like, "No, you're not.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Tomorrow you can."
Today it's Mommy's hat.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I actually used up literally every inch of yarn on this hat to make the pom pom. I had
It's nice and full.
yeah,
it's
well,
great.
I had some left over. I used one of our. I have my bag under here. I used
love
one of our
that.
Clover pom pom makers,
Love
the
this
big
pom-pom
size.
maker.
Yeah. So these like guarantee that you're gonna have like a nice full round pom pom, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can do the hand thing, which I've done before. for
The
sure.
hand thing works well.
Yeah, I've done that.
Or
You have to-
cardboard.
Yeah.
I love those pom-pom makers.
But
Those are my
these-
favorite.
Do we-
Right? It's such a good.
We took a quick pause so we could grab a couple of the house colors. And Amanda, you were telling us
Yeah.
about the pom-pom.
Yeah, I was. So so since we grabbed house colors, we'll
Let's
show
show
house
them.
colors.
Yeah.
Right. This is Hufflepuff. We of course have Lionheart, which is the
Gryffindor.
And we've got the Bird Nerd, Ravenclaw.
Slytherin sold out.
And these are the and there's one more Hufflepuff. These are the last 2 of each of these, right?
Yes.
I think there's another Lionheart.
Ah!
Because, we
Look at
got
that.
extra of that.
That's
Because
right.
Gryffindor is so popular.
Yep. Okay, so there's 2 of these, one of these left. And sorry, Slytherin people, the Slytherins were opportunistic and took it as soon as it came in.
Imagine that.
As we do. I didn't even get it.
No.
Well,
You've done Slytherin socks, though,
I've
right?
done Slytherin socks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had what I thought was plenty of yarn to do a pom. So I wrapped one side. I started wrapping the other side, and it wrapped once around. I was like,
Oh,
oops.
wow.
So I had to borrow from the first side to finish wrapping the second side. And this is every single
It looks
bit
good,
of yarn.
though.
And I tied
it looks nice and full. Yeah.
with a,
Oh, cute.
yeah.
I would do that with this anyway because it is a single. It's
Yeah.
just stronger to use something that's plied for
Yeah.
tying off your
It's also-
pom-poms.
It's just a worsted.
You can
And
get it tighter when you do a
because
thinner.
It's thinner, yeah.
With a thinner.
Yeah.
That when you do after you've wrapped it, you cut it, and then you tie. If you haven't ever made a pom pom before, then you tie it with another piece of yarn, and you tie it really, really tight because that's what's going to hold it together.
And then those tails are what you use to sort of attach it.
Yeah.
You can attach it more nicely than I did, but I just tied it on the inside of my hat.
Well, that way you can wash it without having to get the pom pom all ready.
I tied it twice and double knotted it, and so
Yeah,
I
it
think
should be
it'll
fine.
stay.
It's fine.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
So
It's
cute.
cute.
Ta-da!
Love it. Good
So
job,
that's Abby's
Ab.
hat.
Do you have anything else?
I have nothing else finished.
Okay. I also have a couple of hats for my kids.
I finished a lot of blanket squares. We'll get to that.
This is like my standard beanie hat, which I think I actually may have a pattern written up for it, and it may be under my name, Jen Bonnell.
Did we with the Molly Girl way back when? we
It's
did
very
that, right?
similar
Yeah.
to the one with the
That
Molly
was
Girl.
the
The Molly
slouchy
Girl one is
That was a little
slouchy, but I think
yeah.
I did a regular hat pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It's 88 stitches. It's worsted. I did mine on 6s for the ribbing and 7s. It's 1x1 rib with a tubular cast on, and I used the I'm looking over there because it's the Juniper Moon 14. Because my
think that's
kids,
light.
it
that
is.
was so fun when
It's still
Max
a little
and Ally
damp
came
from
in the other
being.
day. They picked out their colors.
They did.
Super nice.
Well, I'll tell you, because what happened is that I had made a hat for my husband Jonathan that was actually, it was a little too small. He has a giant head. In gray. Like 2 years ago. Last year, maybe? I don't know. A while ago. And then the kids basically, my oldest son basically absconded with it. And he was like, this is my hat now. But then the little one absconded with that and was like, this is my hat now. And I was like, would you like me to make one of your own? And green is his color. So he was like, I want a green hat. And then my older son was like, well, I want a blue hat. And I was like, does no one want the gray hat that you stole? And no, they don't. So this one is Max's. And this one has a twisted rib, a 1x1 twisted rib. Max is my older one. And this one I did decreases that were knit 2-togethers. And this one I did decreases that were slip knits.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Just for fun, just for variety, or
yeah, for variety. Why not? I actually prefer a slip knit at the top of the hat.
I do as well. I do that on a lot of mine. Yeah, even if it says do knit 2 together, I like the look of the slip knit. It does make it,
It just spirals a different
spiral.
way.
But it's like northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere.
Yes, exactly.
One is Australian and one is British.
That is
But
funny,
the other thing is that I don't use stitch markers for my points of decrease because I've made a bajillion of these hats and I don't need them anymore. But I find it easier to read the slip knits. And if you are using markers to delineate your decrease points, then you don't have to knit two stitches before the marker to do a knit 2 together. You knit to the marker, slip the marker, do your slip knit. And then you do that all the way around, and that way you don't have to move anything. Yeah. And I'm lazy.
It makes it's quicker. It's quicker at the end of the day. Yeah.
It's quicker. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I would put them on, but they're still wet from being blocked.
Yeah, I was about to say you and I could have hat
definitely
twinsies,
damp.
but no.
I had them on the heater to dry, and that didn't.
They look so pretty
work.
though. I love the 14, and it's so nice when you have a really simple pattern to use a really nice yarn.
Yes.
Because then you
I'm
see
gonna
the
take
beauty
pictures
of
of these because this, like, looking at 14 in the ball, you would not guess the texture of this.
Yeah. It looks poofy.
Yes,
it's so
but
luxurious.
it's not.
No, it knits down, and I did it at a slightly tighter gauge. Like
So
I
they'll
did
be
it on
nice and warm.
7s. Yeah.
So it'll be,
And the inside is like buttery soft.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the outside stockinette is nice in 14, but the pearl side, because
probably
it's
is just
it just poofs up again.
Yeah, it
and
does.
it's-
Oh, that's really
so
nice.
I have
soft.
to look. I know I made myself because they discontinued that color. Remember?
This
Did you
color
have that in your
is
stash
discontinued.
before?
I
Is
did
that
have
yeah?
it in my
Yeah,
stash.
because of course it's teal.
This
So
teal.
you had it.
There's
you got it
still
well.
a teal.
We still have a teal, and it's
yeah.
actually a really pretty teal.
Well, and we have
the
we've got an
aquarium
aqua. We've
teal.
got the shamrock. Actually, they're kind of on either side of
Yes.
this color in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
they're right behind you.
I also made a hat like that, but it had one ring of eyelets around it, which was really pretty, and
that's
it's actually
sweet.
it's good for people who get hot with hats too much because it has you
Ventilation.
would probably like that.
I
Yeah,
would.
ventilation.
I don't really wear hats. that much.
That's what somebody mentioned that
But I
about
don't
this
know
one.
where it is.
Actually, is that it
I'll have
has.
to look. Actually, I wonder if Haley did reorganize all of the accessories before she went away to school. So
Check it.
perhaps.
I
else
also
you got,
made
Jen?
another one
She made it. She finished it.
Yes.
Wait,
Another
wait,
one.
wait.
for Cal.
For
This
real.
is not the. Wait, you did gray. This is mink.
This
is
is
the third one?
Not
this
Jersey
is
Woolly.
Okay,
It's
so
something else.
I did a black one for the store.
Right.
I did a gray one for me.
That was the Jersey
Right,
Woolly.
and
That
that's
was the
not
Jersey
this
Woolly.
one.
And I did this one
This is like multi
as a gift
taupe
for
kind of-
somebody who will recognize what it is when they open it.
Nice.
And then I got my, I had another request for another gray one. So I have that not
Well,
yet
there you
on
go.
the needles.
So now you finished 3.
I finished 3 and I'm about to do 4. And I'll tell you the
This is the gift of the year.
this is the gift of the year.
Totally.
The hack I did on this one, because I didn't feel like unzipping a provisional cast on, I took an extra cable for my interchangeable kit, and I basically did that like figure 8 cast on where you have what you do for toe up socks.
Yes.
Judy's. You could also use Judy's Magic cast on, but I just did a standard figure 8 over the cable, the extra cable, and my needle. And then I just left the cable there with little tips. So then
Oh, my
all I
God,
had
I
to
love
do
it.
was unscrew one tip at the end and screw it back on, and then I Kitchenered it together. And I was like, I'm so lazy.
That's so fun.
So lazy.
And I would have probably done a
That's
3 needle
hilarious.
bind off because that's even lazier.
I debated that, but then I was like, you know what? I like the fact that it's seamless and it's a little stretchier. So, yeah. What are you going to do?
That's
that-
lazy for not lazy people.
It's, you know what it is? It's, yeah.
No, well, it's-
I hate the
it's
term
pretty-
hack. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's a tip.
It's
a
gotten
tip.
it's
not a
gotten
hack.
way overused.
Not a
yeah.
hack. I hate it.
No.
That's my own personal pet peeve, but
I'm
it
with you.
really is like it's a little
It's
trick
a
that
thing.
saves time in the long run, even though it's like a weirdo bit of extra something you do.
It's
fine.
fun. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
All right.
Oh, and I have one more finished object, but it's an old finished object, which the sweater I'm wearing is Ramona,
love that one.
by Elizabeth Smith, I think. Yes. It's a really great, simple, top-down raglan cardigan with some nice detailing. She has like a little pearl stitch seam, faux seam on the side, deep garter rib on the bottom, and this...
Yeah, that's nice. It's
This is
nice.
like a
remember
good
what
first
this
sweater,
was.
right?
Yeah, this is a good first sweater. This is a really good first sweater.
If
It's
you want
got
to make a cardigan, if you really
if you
want
wanna
to do
make
a
a
cardigan versus a pullover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is the original Ramona, which is for a chunky. And I can't remember what this is. It's probably like, maybe it's Macintosh chunky. I'm not sure.
Vintage or whatever it used to be.
Ages ago, like solid 15 years ago.
Wow.
So the pattern is Ramona, which is for a chunky, but she also has Ramona Light, which is for a sport, which I have to look at the gauge, but I think it would be good for a DK too, depending on how it goes.
A thinner DK.
A
Something
thinner
not too
DK.
substantial. Yeah.
Yeah, which again would be it's just a really nice, straightforward cardigan. I like her designs a lot. She's got very,
Yeah, you've done quite a
very
few things
classic
to her, I
ones.
think, right?
Yeah, I have. That's all I got.
Cool. Yeah. All right. I have a couple things.
Yeah, let's see.
I have. Well, first, I'm wearing my
Look at this
Noro
finished
wrap,
object.
Finished object.
which I love. It's so fun. I
So
will
good.
take it off so we can.
Let's stretch it out.
Stretch
Look at
it
this.
out.
So this is a Yarnia exclusive.
Yeah, so it is. I call it the simple Noro wrap.
I love it.
I think it's going to be great in the winter, like to wear right under your coat, just instead of a sweater. When we got Bocce in the Noro Bocce, which we don't have any right here. Well, Amanda will take a picture later
Yes.
and
Yeah,
show
she'll
it
throw a
with
picture.
this. But
This is
when I
so
got it,
pretty.
I just envisioned something where you just saw the beauty of all the colors. Just
Yeah.
something really simple. So it's kind of like the corner to corner blanket approach, but I
this
did
is really good.
stockinette in the middle instead of garter, and I made it about 15 inches wide. And when I blocked my swatch, it actually didn't grow widthwise at all. But as often happens when you're working on something that's bigger, even though it was a reasonable size swatch. It did grow a bit, so it's now 16 inches wide.
That's
a great size, though.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's about 80 inches long. It grew 5 inches in length after blocking as well. And this is
nice.
with this is basically all but a couple of grams of 2 balls of the bocce.
That's fantastic.
So it's fun. I love the colors. So this is going to be a store sample. I'm going to steal it and wear it occasionally.
I was about to say.
I have to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be like
Banged it out pretty fast.
that Rowan sweater is for me. That's just
Yeah,
like
just
my
wear it in
store
the car.
sweater.
Yep. So a couple of other things I finished. I did a second Christmas stocking.
Oh.
It's a slightly different pattern. This is one of those kits that we have, the Christmas Classics kits. And this one is really fun. It's got a little sleigh with presents and a reindeer with a little French knot nose.
Oh,
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
And this is
You
for...
did such a good job with these.
is that
Is
is
this-
duplicate stitch?
Yeah, I duplicate stitched the presents.
Love it.
Yeah, I didn't even
that
know what
Silk Garden?
colors. One of them is Silk Garden, yes. Very good, Amanda. Name that yarn. And that was left
Knitting
over from my
trivia.
night shift.
Yeah,
That was left
yeah.
over, exact. Well, it was funny because there was supposed to be yarn in the kit. I'm doing this as a favor for a friend. And there was yarn in the kit originally for the presents, but when the kit came back to me, there was no yarn for the presents.
Oh.
So I had to find solid worsteds, and I didn't have anything at hand right away.
But it's beautiful.
So
Look at
but what I
that.
did have that was the right weight was some of the Silk Garden, and I thought it was pretty. I wanted to find something, with the colors that would look cute with
I like it.
what was already on the
I like it
stocking.
a lot.
And,
This is
and
a Santa can do some damage with this size
Oh, yeah.
stocking.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
so, and guess where the other yarns are from the packages?
Wow.
Can you name those yarns?
Oh.
Class basket.
Oh, that's why they look so pretty.
Basket. We have a basket of yarn that we keep for our
I was like,
classes,
that's
as
blue.
when people need
Yeah,
a
I
little
know, I
bit
need
of
that blue.
sample
Seen
yarn.
that
Yeah,
blue.
yep. And there's a little bit of orange in there too. And I just, just to have a little bit
No,
of
it's
color
good.
that
You need a
works
little bit of
with it.
color.
And then the white is the bow is actually the white from this.
So those aren't actually
So-
yarns we carry?
They
Makes me
are.
feel better.
They are yarns we carry.
The blue one
Well,
is?
no, that was who knows where that came from. That was
Oh.
like early on. That was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
left
yeah.
over from somebody's
That's
house
been
or something
for
probably.
a long time.
And it's interesting because the two had two different ways of doing. The other kit that I did came with a little pom pom that like covered your seam when you seamed your loop. This just said make a braid and tie it, which I think works.
I
nicely,
like
too.
the braid and
It's
tie.
cute.
That's a
It's
really
cute.
cute idea.
So that is that
That's
one.
beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's fun, and I'm happy to be done with it. And then the other thing I have it's a finished object or almost finished object that's going to be frogged because basically great yarn, great pattern, not great combo. This is a Hatdana,
That
which I
happens.
originally was going
So
to do for
pretty.
Rhinebeck. And
By
I
Byron Handmade, right?
Denise Bayton. Mm-hmm.
They won.
And I love the pattern. Wanted to do it before Rhinebeck, didn't get to it. I had a lot of things I was trying to knock off before then. So I started it in Maxima after we got home, and she does say in the pattern you should use a stretchy, springy yarn. I did not listen, and I'm paying. So I love, like I said, love the pattern, love the yarn. I will do it again at some point with the stretchier yarn, but I think I'm gonna frog this and make one of the Kelborn, I think the March hat. Is
Okay.
the one because I love this color. I want a hat this winter in this color.
Yes.
And that's a nice quick knit that I will do.
And that would look
And then-
beautiful in a
That's
hat
a
too.
great-
yeah,
color.
it's really pretty. This
And then
is
you can-
peat. This is Maxima in the peat colorway.
Yeah, and then
So.
so we'll find a springy. It's worsted, right?
Yeah,
That's
even
pretty
Allegria would
worsted.
be fine. The
Allegria, it's
Allegria
just
would be
the
fine.
pine.
It's just
But they don't have
know,
the same colors in Allegria as they have the Maxima.
Yeah. So I'll find something. I mean, I will make one at some point. But
Yeah.
also, to me, Hatdana season is leaving us. It's more of like an early fall thing for me. I can see
Yeah.
that's when I'd wear it, and
Yeah.
we're coming into
But it
the part
covers
where
your ears, right?
I know, but I
It
like my
can.
whole head covered.
Or you can wear it like a little bandana
cowl.
cowl.
Yeah.
Which is super cute.
I like really warm hats, so I will make one before. Actually, I'd wear it in the spring too, like at really
Yeah.
end of winter when you're kind
I'm
of.
sorry, I'm trying to figure out how this works.
It's a transitional seasonal.
Thanks.
You cast on here. You
No,
start
no,
with
not that part. This part, right?
Oh,
Like you put
mhm.
your hair through it here.
Yeah.
It goes-
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
And actually,
It's not stretchy
I had not done a tubular bind off before, and I learned how to do a sewn bind off.
Wonderful.
So that was the good.
Now you've
I know
into
that.
the realm.
Yeah,
of
and it was fun. It was not so bad. It really, so.
I did a tubular hair.
Yeah, I know. You always do tubular.
I always do a tubular.
I finally,
it's nice,
She
right?
had nice video support. It was great. It was really, so.
Yeah.
Her patterns are
So
lovely.
the good thing was, I feel like I learned two things. One, if the person says use a stretchy yarn, use a stretchy yarn. And two, I learned to do this, sewn stretchy bind off, which has that nice rounded edge. So,
So even a project that doesn't work out, it's still...
you can still get something out of it.
You still get something out.
Yeah.
And remember, we like knitting. Like, knitting is
Exactly.
fun.
That's why I'm not upset.
Yeah.
And it's not like you hurt the yarn.
No, exactly.
No, the yarn's
exactly.
fine.
So I will. We'll see whether I have a hat in the next episode. Well, maybe. I have a lot of other things I want to do
This was
too.
the hat episode, almost.
I know, almost.
True. Yes.
I know.
Lots of hats. Lots of
Got
hats.
a
All
couple
right.
hats
So how
out.
about
It's that
on the
season.
needles? What
On
do
the
we have on the
needles.
needles?
What do we have on the needles? Kathleen, what do you have?
Do you? Well, I just wanted to. You want to start?
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, you go this way, and then you go this way.
I'll.
On the
We started in the
needles,
middle.
I have...
Yeah.
I realized I had, when I was organizing my stash, like, 2 months ago, like, I took literally everything out of all of my... I didn't have anything really in bins. I have stuff in cabinets in my office.
Closed cabinets. Yeah.
In closed cabinets. And so I took everything out and I reorganized it, and I purged some stuff and gave it to a friend of mine who is a relatively newish knitter, but like gung-ho. And she was like, awesome! But there was some stuff that I had, and I've had some of this for like 20 years, that I was like, why am I not doing anything? What is wrong with me?
Why are you not? Because now you have...
I know. Well, I mean, I just did like
Tons
2
of
hats
yarn.
and a sweater. But so I figured, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to like flow some of the old stuff
Yeah.
in.
Mhm.
So
That's good.
I am doing this yarn goes back like well into the 2000s, early.
Don't
early
expect to find any of these
2000s.
colors on your shelves.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that these colors are both discontinued. So it's like, let's hope I have enough. So I am doing Magnolia in a mohair silk and a fingering weight gray.
It's so pretty.
Gray wool.
It's so pretty.
I love the fabric.
So, but there are some really great options in here, and I actually debated, even though I said I was going to use my deep stash, I was like, but don't I like that knitted with fingering mohair or lace weight mohair a little bit better than my deep stash?
Fairy floss.
I do.
That's just another level.
Yeah, fairy floss would be stunning in this. So this is a top-down round yoke sweater knit to like a DK almost worsted weight.
You start at the very beginning?
Start at the very beginning with twisted 1x1 rib.
I seem to be doing a lot of sweaters with applied.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
short rows. I adjusted the pattern a little bit. I don't like a high crew. I never like a high crew, so I just cast on more stitches and skip the first increase round, and it should be fine. It's knit pretty loose and airy because the mohair will really fill in. And it's got lace at the bottom. So there's a Magnolia sweater, there's Magnolia chunky cardigan, and
Which
there's
is in my queue. High in my queue.
yeah, and there's a Magnolia chunky sweater as well, and it's got a really pretty like leafy,
Beautiful lace detail at the bottom.
nappy lace going on, and the pattern's pretty well written, although the lace is written out, so I think what I might
It's not charted?
It's not charted. Not on this one. I don't know if it's charted on the others.
It just
chart
dropped
it.
in
I'll chart
Kathleen's
it.
I'll
queue.
tell
No,
I'll
just
tell you
chart
what
it.
I'm going to do. I'm going to chart it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I just need a quick reference to chart it. Like, I still might follow the written instructions, but I'm going to chart it.
Oh, I love charts so much better than words.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier for me. So
Yeah.
there we go. And I'll make this probably 3/4 sleeves. I'm going to do the sleeves last, and I might do them 2 at a time to just eke out the last of the yarn. I should have enough, but we'll see.
Cool.
That's all I got so far.
All right.
That's
To
good.
finish the hats.
Yeah.
And I will have another fur cowl, but that's not even going to be on the needles for very long.
Yeah, I know. She'll also have
Anything.
another finished object next time.
Anything.
I will.
She's going to have a finished object every podcast from now to the holidays of a fur cowl.
This may be your last.
That's maybe my last.
So what do you have? What do you got?
I have two. Whoops. One, I'm doing a test knit, and I asked Caarin if I could show it, and she said yes, please, because she's almost done with her
So close to
tin
done. Yeah.
Caarin Fleischmann.
Yeah, Caarin Fleischmann's putting out, self-publishing, a pattern book of kids' patterns. So if you
And
remember...
they're all so sweet. They're really...
Yeah. So if you remember a few episodes ago, Charlie came
Right.
with his green
The
sweater.
beautiful alpaca cable
Right.
sweater.
Yeah, that cable sweater. That's from that book.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is, I think, the last pattern in this book. And she's also, this pattern's doing double duty because this is going to be the basis for a sweater class here at Yarnia.
Yeah.
That she's going to
In the new
Yeah, that
year.
she's teaching. Yeah. So I'm doing small size, 3 6-month size, which is actually 6 months, right? This is big for a 3-month-old. But yeah, this will be nice 6-month size. And I am using sweater, Spud and Chloe sweater. And I thought, surely for a 3 to 6 month size, I should use 1 skein of yarn.
No, you're almost done. Yeah.
No. 2 skeins of yarn, yay. But
It's wee, but not wee.
yeah. Maybe the newborn size.
Preemie
you get away
size,
with
you
one.
get one.
Preemie size, maybe.
Yeah.
Even then, not if you want sleeves.
The baby needs sleeves.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, no, I mean, I love the pattern. I'm really enjoying it. I will say, let's see. She has a really cool way of not doing short rows, right? To get the back up and to raise the back and have a little, have it lower in the front. So you're not strangling baby. The collar is applied afterwards, so I haven't done the collar yet. It's all knit, seamless top down in the round. I'm on my 9.5 inches of stockinette, so bloop, 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 bloop. It's easy TV knitting. There's some really fun optional detail around the bottom and the sleeves.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
That you'll have to wait and
Really
see what
cute.
it is.
I haven't seen it.
But yeah, so it'll be cool. Like if it's your first sweater and you get bored with a stockinette, it'll be a fun challenge at the end. If you're like, knitting a sweater at all is straining my brain,
I can't
You can
do
skip
it.
the
then
detail.
just skip
right?
the detail.
You're fine.
Just
Yeah.
get to
So
that finish line a little sooner.
exactly. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. So
Cool. Very nice.
And Caarin teaches for us along with a couple of other folks, but she's going to do it'll be a baby sweater or your first sweater, just make it baby sized because someone might have a baby, or you can donate to someone who has a baby, but this way you learn how you do a sweater, because how you do a baby sweater is also how you do a grown-up sweater.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just bigger.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I started this 6 days ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't knit on it at all for 2 days because life. So this is 4 days of knitting, right?
Yeah. So much. It's definitely the way to do it.
as opposed to,
learn the whole.
You
Learn
know,
what the construction is.
8
Learn all the
weeks.
techniques.
8 weeks of knitting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And 8 weeks of sometimes a lot of knitting, depending on for
Yeah.
an adult sweater, depending on what size you're making.
It's not 9.5 inches of stockinette on an adult sweater.
no. And
It's like 25
circumference as
inches.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So this is great. I
cute.
will say too, this is knit at a denser gauge. All of Caarin's, I mean the 2 that I've knit are a little bit. She likes a denser fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is I'm knitting on a 6. This worsted on a 6. It
It's
has
nice.
a really nice fabric.
I
So-
love
I
this
showed
one
the
for
hat
you.
I did for her. Did I show the hat that I test knit for her?
I don't know that you did.
I don't know that I
You
did.
should.
Ah,
I think I can do it, as a
well,
finished
when the
object later when
right,
the book comes
when the
out.
book
Yeah, when
comes
the book
out,
comes out.
we'll
'Cause I
bring
think-
all of our.
Yeah, I didn't see her in
Stuff.
person that much. We were emailing, and I was in the group on the testing pool.
Yeah.
Right.
That was doing it, so I was just hearing the same instructions as everybody else.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so-
No, and and this will actually be here at the store. So this is going to
As a
be
sample for
as
a
a
while.
sample.
So you can
Yes.
see it.
Yeah, which is great. It'll be nice to have a
I love
sample of
this
that
one,
yarn
yeah.
too.
I love this one.
All right.
Ta-da! So
Lovely.
that's one whip. And the other one I actually cast on last night because I knew we were podcasting today, and
Nothing like having a deadline to be like, oh no, I need something to show.
Deadlines are great
Right.
things.
but I have a deadline anyway because this is my mom's holiday present.
Ah,
there you go.
And I was shocked because she actually asked me for something, like said, "This is what I want,"
Oh, nice.
which is something I would never have thought of. She wants a tea cozy,
Oh, fun.
Oh,
I love tea cozies.
fun.
right? So because she
Yeah.
says she's recently gotten a lot of she's been gifted several teapots, and she started making with infusers, and she started making tea for herself. But
Ooh.
And
Fun.
she's like, I need a tea cozy. I'm like, okay,
There you go.
I can do that.
I knit a really fun tea cozy once. It was like for the Queen's Jubilee or something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was in the Sherlock group on Ravelry.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That is fun. Very pretty.
So this is ice cream swirl tea cozy.
It's really fun. I love the construction.
Yeah,
It's
by
cute.
Louise Boyanos. And she has the Handy Little Me blog. Since there's a free pattern, it's on her blog. But yeah, it's really cute. It's 6 row stripes, right? And this is DK. This is Alpaca Soft DK by Rowan. I picked it out. I picked out this. It's written for a DK, and out of our DKs, like this is nice clear colors, round construction. Yeah, and so I thought it would make nice stripes.
And beautiful
yeah.
colors.
Right, and the sample that she did was in like light pink and white, so it looks like ice cream swirls.
Oh, fun.
I thought this was like more my mom's. My mom likes color. I think.
And also,
great
honestly, with tea cozies, I do have, in addition to the one I made, I own quite a few tea cozies. Darker colors are better because you'll get tea on them.
Yeah,
good
that's
point.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and
So,
so
it's
now
definitely
mid
useful.
podcast, I'm going to ask for advice. Do you think I can carry this up the sides instead of cut it every
Is
stripe?
it seamed?
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
And you're going to pick up these here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And-
would.
yeah.
I would for
And
that
do it
many.
loosely because
Just
it'll go in the
catch it
seam.
as you go, as you turn
Yeah,
your row.
I thought about that after I have 10 ends and I'm
Yeah,
only a
yeah.
few stripes in. I'm like,
Yeah, because that's
I
going to
don't-
be a lot of stripes because of the way it pulls in. It's like corrugated.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
40 stripes.
Yeah,
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 don't
definitely
cut.
carry
You
it.
don't want those nails. You
That
don't want
would be-
those tails.
really. nice.
Ta-da! The more you know.
Carry it up, but carry it loosely because you're gonna want the
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 edge to be
spring
able
of
to
the
go
corrugated
into.
to be able to.
Well, this
right.
is the part that actually gathers at the top. So, like, you do these flat strips that are on the bias.
Okay.
So one side increases and one side decreases. And then you seam it here. Well, it's a free pattern, so I'm giving you basic instructions. So you seam it like here and here to leave a spot on one side for the handle, one side for the spout.
Right,
Right? And then you like
then that's
pick
the-
it up here.
and then
And yeah, there's some rounds of stockinette you do, and there's pom-poms at the top. And then
Oh,
there's
it's so
some,
fun.
Huge.
It's
and
really
there's some
fun.
crochet on the bottom.
yeah, no,
pull it
carry,
in on the bottom,
Carry
too.
that up.
Yeah, I would.
Carry
Okay.
that up. Don't
carrying
don't
this up.
don't cut.
These will be the only ends I weave in, and other than that, I'm gonna quit carrying these. I'm gonna quit cutting these because it's
Yeah.
getting annoying.
No, don't. Or you could cut them and weave them in as you go. You catch them like you do on the wrong
Oh,
side.
right.
But
yeah.
that's also more of a pain.
That's
than that.
I've done that. It annoys me. I don't like to do that.
Okay. I'm just.
I do
gonna
it if I
carry.
have to, but I don't love it.
I'm just gonna carry.
Just carry it.
Yeah.
Carry
So-
it.
So no more spaghetti on the ends. my ice cream
Fringe.
swirls.
Your fringe. Your ice cream has fringe.
Oops, sorry.
Stab.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm knitting on my Lecca, on my Lecca 5-inch, by the way.
Oh,
Which we're
going to
talk about
Lecca.
in a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
I love these.
Lecca.
Lecca.
Like
I don't know. A Danish couple came in and,
I just did Lecca.
and said it beautifully.
Yeah.
But
I'm bad with. All right, what does Kathleen have underneath?
On my needles, I have a sample from a class that I've been doing, the Your First Shawl class.
Ready.
So I am doing one of my
Class sample
favorite
day,
shawls patterns,
I love
which is Age of Brass and Steam.
I
Oh,
love this
that's
color.
beautiful.
Isn't this fun?
I'm going to
This
hold up your
is-
color just a little bit so we can see.
This is Steamer Trunk in the color
Oh,
Peacock.
of course it is.
I
Yeah,
love
I love Steamer
it.
Trunk. Love Mrs. Crosby Steamer Trunk.
I'm also going to show
Oh yeah, one of my little funky
one of
things that I do.
Kathleen's little
Hacks?
tips and
Tips.
tricks.
Tricks.
Tips and tricks, not hacks. Don't say hacks.
No, I always say
What are you, a tech bro? Don't say hacks.
So, I love the Coco Knits little foamy stitch stoppers, but one problem that I have, and I know other people have too, is like if you take them off your work, you put them on the table, anyone walks by or anybody comes in and puts anything else on the table, poof, they fly off into the air.
God help you if you
So.
have pets, because then the cats are like, oh, look.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure
Oh, my
Anna has
goodness.
eaten some of these. I'm sure she has.
I bet they're
My dog
delicious.
eats weird things. I take a piece of crochet cotton, which I always have somewhere hanging around, and I kind of
Put on a
connect them on a little
removable-
piece of crochet cotton, put them on with a removable stitch holder, which I then move up. And so the only purpose of this stitch marker is to just keep my
It's just your holder.
things attached
perfect.
near the edge, near my
So
tips.
smart.
So
So smart.
all the tips and tricks. Right? So I love this pattern, the Age of Brass and Steam. It is a great shawl to learn on. We talked in the class about shawl construction about, how this one starts with a garter tab, but that you've got we use the night shift as an example of, starting also with like a few stitches and growing out from there. We talked about, crescent shaped shawls that start either garter tab or another way. And it's been fun. I mean, it's I wear shawls almost every day. If I'm not wearing a sweater, I'm wearing a shawl.
And that can be intimidating if you're like, I don't understand how this works. Do I cast on 800 stitches and then decrease down to make a triangle? You're like, no.
Usually not.
No.
Usually not.
You can.
There
are some interesting
are.
shawl constructions.
Yeah.
I've done a Isolde Teague last summer.
Oh, yeah.
That has a
That's right, yeah.
very interesting construction. But you also have to obsessively count.
Yeah,
but
It's not for
this
beginners.
is a great
This is
beginner
a
shawl
good-
pattern. It really
This is a fantastic beginner
And
shawl pattern.
I've lost count of how many times I've made it. I think I have some in my projects on Ravelry, and I think actually they're misnumbered because I think I have 2 or 3 of them that say Age of Brass and Steam number 3.
Now do you
Yeah.
feel better about what episode we're on?
I do.
Oh yeah,
She
I
doesn't
don't
remember
know
which
how many
Age of Brass
projects.
and
I've-
How many brass
exactly.
and steams? How many episodes?
Well, it was funny because
Maybe
did,
Amanda will know both.
I brought one in to our intermediate class. One of our Thursday or Friday, because we've been talking about where to break your yarn when you have to weave in ends and things like that. And actually, we can talk about another little tip. I mean, I know. Actually, this is there must have been a break in the yarn or something. So or there was a knot there or something. I showed an example in one of those classes about where, before I was as experienced as I am now, and I changed in the middle of a big field of stockinette, and the yarn also was not at all conducive to, hiding well. But I never wear that shawl because you can see it. You can see where the tails are. There's just no good way to hide them. So that partly is what got me onto the thing of, not necessarily doing it right on the edge, but if you change your yarn at a place where you're not in a big field of something, it's just easier to hide it. And that's definitely something I kind of do no matter what project I'm doing.
I changed in the middle.
Well, I changed on my Marius.
Yeah.
I can tell as I changed white, like in the middle of the front. And there's 2 stitches that look like I got the pattern off. But it's just because they're double thickness. Because they're 2 strands of white. And now I'm like, if I knew
Why
that,
don't you
I'd
just
have put it
unpick
on the
it?
sleeve.
Why don't you just if they're 2 stitches that are double thickness and you can see it, you can undo one of those tails and pick out that double thickness and then weave it in the other way.
And notice as I'm passing a mirror with a child, on my hip.
Not going to happen right then.
So and then I remember it now, and at night I never remember it.
And I would say
it doesn't bother me that much. I just noticed, and then I was I thought I had messed up the pattern.
Oh, and you're like, no.
And I was like meticulous about my pattern. How did I
mess
mess
that
up that pattern? And actually, it was not messed up.
So
So it took me a while to figure it out.
I do change in the middle of the field of stockinette, but I'm pretty confident in my ability to weave in ends so that you won't see.
I think you can do it with most things.
It depends on what you're doing.
It was like silk and bamboo or something.
Oh, yeah.
So it was not...
Don't do it in cotton.
Yeah,
like cotton,
exactly.
silk,
There are
bamboo,
certain things
wool,
like that.
Wool,
Wool you can hide it more, but actually, at the end of the day, to me, it's still.
You should take that shawl and you should unpick the one thing and then do it the other way.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
Because even that, like I've done that where I'm like it's fine, it's not fine, and then I undo it.
Can I just say, this is coming from the lady who had a sweater that was done, and all she had to do was put on buttons for how long?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, like a year.
Yeah, I know.
So
More than that,
all
too.
you have to do is spend 30 minutes and fix something.
When it comes to the top of the priority list,
But I'm
right?
far more likely to take the thing that I'm wearing that has
man.
a thing that bugs me and take like 30 minutes or an hour or 8 days and fix that than I am to be like, oh look, I still have to do the sleeves on that Comfort Fade cardigan.
Yeah. I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, well, I knew I had this to wear today, but I'm like, yeah, we need to triple it again with our Comfort Fade cardies.
That means
I need to start another Comfort Fade cardi.
You do?
Yeah.
What color are you gonna do?
I'm going to use the Squish DK.
The spun right round.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have
Very
it
nice.
set aside, and I know what I'm going to do.
Cool.
But
All right.
What else you got?
One
That's
more
a spring
on the
project.
needles for me.
Ooh,
This
pretty.
is Staring at Stars, which is Alicia Plummer, right?
Oh, yeah.
It is very similar to the Campsite Cardi.
Oh, you swatched for this last time.
Yep, I had my swatch, right, with all my different little
hold up.
rows. So,
Squiggly.
this is...
It's a squiggle right now.
Yeah, I should have
crazy.
soaked this needle before I did it. It's kind of, well, it's been driving me a little crazy, but soon I'll have enough stitches on there you won't be able to tell anymore. So it is an open front cardigan, no buttons or anything, and it's got a pretty raglan line where it's got a double row of knit stitches in the middle, which I think is just a really nice detail. It just,
Yes.
I feel like it really highlights the eyelets beautifully.
She has very nice details on her
She
patterns.
does. She really does.
And I love this for first time. I also like this for first time cardigans because you don't have to learn
exactly.
how to make one right and make one left.
Yarn overs are easy.
Yarn overs
exactly.
are like the easiest English
Yep.
you could possibly
Yep.
do.
And you can really see where you're doing it. Once you get it established, you can really see what you're
And
doing.
you don't even have to do buttonholes on this. It's just the button bands. It's just, you know.
Yeah. My very first sweater was Alicia Plummer's Sandshore cardigan,
Oh, yeah.
which is a bulky weight. Or Erin to chunky, something like that. I used a I don't know, something.
This is
yeah.
Mad Tosh DK in Rocinante.
I think I used
I
a
love this color.
heavy Erin. But yeah, it's the same thing. It has like the
Double row. Within the
yeah,
raglan.
and
Yeah.
that
It's a
makes
really
it
lovely detail.
It is really nice.
Really lovely.
So we've got somebody in our intermediate class doing this now, and she's so excited. That
Oh,
she's like, "Oh, good! Soon you'll be ahead of me, and then I'll know what's coming next."
You'll be
So
like, it's true. It's like a little sneak peek.
yeah.
well, I guess next is the sleeve divide, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
yeah.
I got a little ways longer to go before. Yep, I don't know, on row like 19 or something of the first 25 sets of increases, and then certain sizes increase more, and I'm doing that, and then yeah.
And then you're not going to have that many stitches on your needles anymore.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about sleeve divides. Once you get to where
Yeah,
your sleeve
exactly. By
divides,
the
and
time
all of
you
a
get
sudden your
there,
stitch
and
count
then-
goes down, and you're like,
Yeah.
Yay, because
Oh.
I was doing this on a 16-inch circular, and it was like getting really squishy.
and you're like,
Yeah. Actually, one thing, because it's a hand dye.
Yep.
I'm about at the point where I'm going to start alternating skeins.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily do it the whole way. I kind of blend them in
That makes
sometimes. So that's what
like
I'm.
almost like a fade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm.
But those are different.
Yeah. They're actually not that
close-ish.
different. Some of them are really different.
Yeah.
I'm kind of saving the dark ones for the bottom.
That'll be nice. So it'll
Yeah.
be like an on-purpose
It'll be
fade.
like a bit of an ombre fade kind of thing. But yeah, I think when I get to about 25 grams, a little less than a quarter of it, I'll start alternating over the
That makes
rows.
sense.
Yeah. So that's why this one is round.
So we are going to talk a little bit about what's new in store, and what's new in store is really
Many kits.
many kits for
Which
Small
we kind
Business
of teased
Saturday.
you on a little bit last
Yeah.
time.
We have a ton. So we should start first with the things that aren't necessarily kitted up because they're easier to show.
Okay.
So
So-
we have a lot of like gifty things and accessory kind of things. So if you are a knitter or a crocheter, or you're shopping for a knitter or crocheter, or you're sending someone to shop for you, a knitter or a crocheter, this way they don't have to pick a color, which
Right.
makes life a little bit easier
You
sometimes.
want some of these guys?
So
Yeah.
some of our favorite things, really, like our favorite things, are Amanda's going to say it because she can say it better. Licka.
I think.
I said like
like
Someone can correct.
needles, and so we have interchangeable kits. So we have
These are oldies, but these are our oldie favorites.
yes,
This is what I was using on my sweater.
we have had these in store, but I'm telling you, if
tea
you
cozy.
have a newish knitter or a knitter who doesn't have an interchangeable sets, like
These are great.
hop to. These babies are awesome. I have in my hand the short tip sets. So I have the short Leica tips, which are 3.5 inches.
Yes.
And they
Yes.
make 16,
20 and 24.
24.
Or they come with cables that will make that size needle.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can also get...
I've
remember you-
used these on the other standard cables too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because they go down to a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the only ones that will go down to a
Right.
size 3.
Within
Yes.
the kits.
Within the kits.
No, even standard.
No, you can't get the...
True.
You
Exactly.
can't
You
get
can
the
only
5-inch
get
tips.
the 3,
Yeah.
the size 3 and the...
Amanda
short one.
has,
I have the 5-inch tips.
and those are kind of like your standard
Yeah.
interchangeable
This
size.
that are
is
good for sweaters and blankets.
Right.
And
This is I've been knitting for a while, and I keep having to buy a new needle every time I start a project because I want to knit all the different things. Yeah,
Get an interchangeable.
That's why I ended up getting an interchangeable set, because every time I wanted to knit something, I had to buy a new needle. And yeah, once you have this, you pretty much
buy it
don't.
once, and then you're good. And you can always add tips a la carte.
Yeah,
and
if
you
there
could add
are
cables.
sizes that you use a lot, you
carte.
can have multiples of those.
And they come in cute little wallets.
The thing I love
Yes, these are
about the
pretty.
short tips of these were the first ones that I bought for myself. And I love that because it is so compact. It has everything from a 3 to a 10.5. And it takes up no space. You have everything with you. And
It's perfect.
Yeah,
it holds
it's great.
everything. And I'll tell you this also.
And this case is nice because they've
This
got
is
the-
nice because it's got a giant pocket.
Yeah, it doesn't have the giant
only
throw
downside
stitch
of
markers
that
in
is-
here.
Yeah.
Yes. And other size cables.
And
too.
other size cables. Everything.
And
So,
some
but
scissors or everything.
Yeah,
Kathleen
so this
has-
is the
This
new.
is brand new.
So, and they're long tips. So we have tended to call these the long tips because those are the short tips. These are the 5-inch tips.
standard.
But now they are making truly long tips, and
Yeah.
these are super great for things like blankets and other. It basically the long tip. It just gives you a lot more surface to be holding.
Yeah.
So
No, I talked
for
to
somebody that is used to straights.
I talked to Gina at Knitting Fever, and
Who's the
she's-
distributor
'cause-
for these in the
yeah,
US.
and she said she switched to these last spring when they had their prototypes, and this is basically all she knits on now because it doesn't fatigue her hands as much. So if you find like these actually 3.5 fatigue my hands.
they're a little hard.
Yeah.
But it's everybody's
It
different.
depends on.
It depends
yeah,
on how you
what
hold
you're
your knitting
making,
needles.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too, like if you're somebody who uses this for leverage a lot,
Then the long one is going to be great.
yeah, five work perfectly for me. Like this is just the length of my hand. That's fine.
But for someone that has bigger hands,
Exactly.
or-
yeah, I have
Or it's just used to
dainty
straights.
fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Or doing blankets.
Oh, yeah. If you're used to straights and love doing blankets, and you used to only be able to do this much and seam it up,
Now you can
knit
do something.
Now
6
we-
inches.
Only have that length needle tip in the kits, and we only
Yes.
have a certain number of these cases.
We only have 4
Kits. We
available.
only have 4. So if you're interested in those, these are ones that are going to go quick.
Yeah. And this starts at a size 7 and goes to a 17.
So it's perfect.
Yeah. So this
Really
and
great.
these
Yeah,
I think
great.
are 7,
Bulky scarves
8,
and different
9
things, yeah.
inches. These are all 5.5 inches. They
Or 5.
5, yeah, 5 inches. They start at 4s and go to 17s.
And these go from size 3 to a US 10.5. So we not only have these, but we also have, Kathleen has some other stuff over that away. If you want to hand me.
Oh, we
Yeah.
should mention
Yes.
that there is going to be another option of these coming
Yes.
before the holidays.
Yes.
So these are made of birch. We literally just got done with a meeting
Right before we started podcasting.
right before we started podcasting because brand new from Luca is coming out bamboo.
They are gorgeous. We love the
Yes.
cases.
Beautiful.
Yes.
We ordered a bunch.
We ordered a bunch, but they
We'll see when they come in.
not double digits. So
No, yeah, not a huge bunch, but
They
right.
probably will not be here for Small Business Saturday, but they'll be here shortly after, so they'll be perfect
right.
for holiday gift
Hopefully
giving.
early December.
So
But
if
let's-
that's something you're interested in, they're going to come in this size and this size bamboo. So put those on
And
your
they're
gift
resin
list.
reinforced bamboo, which is really cool.
So they won't
Yes.
snap on you.
So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're kind of grip your needle tightly,
And we will
you'll
also
still have
only
the drag
have
of bamboo, but
we'll only have those in kits. They won't be available
right,
in open
exactly,
stock either.
exactly.
Okay, so that's all of Licca.
That's
moving it over.
almost all of Liquor,
Oh.
because we cannot forget
I love
our
these.
crocheters.
These are my
Crochet.
favorites.
The
Yeah.
crochet
This is my
hook
favorite
Haley
crochet
likes
hook,
them too.
right?
Haley,
And look at this
went to
little,
school with
look
her.
at the
Yeah.
case that it can stand up so you can select from your beautiful blue hooks.
I love these.
I
Are-
love the Licca hooks.
well,
Licca.
right. Yeah, so I roll my crochet hook instead of, I don't do this thing.
You don't do
the
the
pencil thing.
twist.
No, I twist mine, which actually causes a lot less restraint when you do that.
There you go. Ergonomics.
Crochet hack.
It's a tip.
But you can do that with these Licca
Yeah.
hooks because they're round
Really nice.
as opposed to
they're
the ones
cylinders,
that
yeah.
They have a
don't.
nice pointy top.
They do
have
have
a
a pointy top.
beautifully cut hook. So we have these sets as well. Do we have them in the? We also
We
have
have open
double
stock.
pointed, and we
Yes,
have open
small,
stock of
small
these as
and
well.
large sets of double pointed, and
And we have
for
straight
those-
needles too.
Yeah.
And straights.
If you love straights.
All the like I said.
So we have tons of kits and whatnot of the needles and the crochet hooks. We also have,
Okay,
if
let's
you
pass
already
down.
have an interchangeable set,
yes.
perhaps another
Or you've
brand.
acquired a lot of things
Or
a la carte.
Yep.
Acquired. So if you've
All
been
the little
buying your
parts.
interchangeable parts a la carte, we
All your
also
parts.
have this super adorable. This is like, I have
I
this
love this
interchangeable
one.
case and I love it so much. This is from Peapod Threads.
Oh, we only have one with this design, which
Born
is the
to
most
knit.
adorable
So fun.
thing.
I love it.
I love
it
it
folds
too.
up small. It has a zip with 3 compartments. It has interchangeable slots. And honestly, I throw a couple of crochet hooks in here as well. And it just goes, it's a little
It's so nice and
trifold.
compact.
So good.
I love it. Yep.
Slips it in, pop this in your bag.
I've almost bought this several times,
$70.
but I haven't yet.
So basically, you need to run in and get it before Amanda decides that this is what she
Or
wants.
call
for
the
holidays.
store.
Or call the store.
Actually, that's one thing. All of this stuff, this
we
is
go
stuff
with my
available
shawl?
by
Look at
phone
this.
or in store. Not listed on our website currently.
I love that so much.
So
one of our other favorite things, and I don't know if you can see this, is the Acreworks knitting toolkit, which one of
I do
our
wanna-
customers
I wanna get
received, and I believe it was her husband or her son, described it as the Leatherman of knitting. So it's got
everything
it's
in one compact tool.
out of
Oh,
an unbreakable rubber.
I took my.
You've got knitting
away.
gauge around the outside.
See how this gauge works.
You've got
Okay.
oh yeah,
Yeah. So
show.
it's got the gauge, and instead of having holes, right, it's got little slots, so you can just go until they're.
Until
This
they
is a
fit.
Kind
6.
of gets
It is a
captured. Yeah.
It is a 6.
Yeah.
It has a tape measure right here. It has the super cool Acreworks gauge.
These are fantastic. This is the best gauge there is
This
on the
is the
market.
best thing.
It was in Vogue
This'll
knitting. It's so good.
Little magnets, so you have little scissors.
Yeah, I love that the
just
wells are magnetized
snap
basically.
in.
So you can't lose stuff?
Yeah.
Tapestry needle, stitch markers. You can put more stitch markers in. All of our coconut stitch markers that are metal are magnetized, so they will fit in here.
Yep.
And you
And
just
not
pop
fall
this
out.
whole thing in the case. Nothing will fall out. Everything will be great. You have everything that you need. So we have these individually, and we've also placed them in a couple of kits,
Yeah.
which we're going to show.
Do you
What
wanna
else
show
do we
this
have?
real
Good-
quick?
Yeah, let's show this.
I think
Who is this by?
I got it.
This is by me.
Yeah. Kumquat me.
I also throw
Studios.
pottery and I do ceramics, so we have a couple of select yarn bowls that I've
And they
thrown.
have been very popular around the
Oh,
holidays the
thank
last
you.
couple of years. No, they have. It's
Yeah, they
definitely
have.
They're
a
all
lovely gift
handmade.
item.
Locally made.
They're all
Very
locally
local.
made.
About as locally as you
About
can.
as locally as you
Museum
can get.
about a mile down the street. Right?
Just down the street that away, or that down the street that away at my house. So they're stoneware. I would say they're microwave safe, but you're not gonna microwave.
You don't need your
You don't
microwave.
need to
yarn bowl.
microwave a yarn bowl.
But if you ever find that your yarn goes a-flying around the room and you want to keep it safe from children, cats. Dogs, anyone
Guinea
who's going to
pigs.
touch your
Yeah.
stuff, it's just super handy to help corral things. You thread it through here. Some of them have holes on the back too, so if you're doing color work, you can thread your yarn through there.
Multiples.
Or you can throw your knitting needles in there. And these are assorted prices. I don't remember what they're priced at.
Yep. They're
So
all
come and see.
Yeah.
not priced.
They're probably all shades of green and blue and maybe some neutrals because honestly that's what I like in the glaze. So
Ta-da.
There you go.
you're at my mercy.
That's what you like in the
it'll
sweater
be-
too?
That's what I like in a sweater too. So it'll coordinate with my wardrobe.
Should we start with a couple of these over here?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we're going to go ish
super
quick,
fast, yeah.
'cause
So we've
we
put
got school
together
pickup.
some essential notions kits. So these are,
These are
basically-
good for any knitter.
exactly, and
Or crocheter. Some of
Yeah.
them, they're not.
yeah, no,
They're not
they're
knitting
knit
specific.
They're not knitting
It's true. You would
specific.
use all these tools with crochet as
Yeah,
well.
definitely.
So, we put some together last week. Jen put a whole bunch more together today. And basically with any of these kits that we put together, you can customize them. It's like
Yeah.
if you love this, but the person you're buying for does not love yellow, swap out the scissors and get a different color scissors. We put them together, or we can make one custom for you, or you
Yeah.
can make one for yourself.
Yeah.
Pick out all the items. But something like this, the price on this is under $40, and it is such a nice gift. You've got a beautiful, Rifle Paper Company fabric notions bag, tape measure, chibis, soak, scissors, all for under 40. I
kinds
think that's
of
pretty amazing.
fun
Yeah.
stuff.
And
So.
every single knitter, crocheter, embroiderer, can use
something, and not just
stuff.
one. I mean, this is the kind of thing. Like I have, right now I've got
I
two
want one in
projects
each
with me.
project bag.
I want one in each
Oh.
project bag.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because really, the last thing you want is like you're ready to start weaving in some ends. So it's like, oh, my chibi is in my other
I can't
notions
find
bag.
it.
No.
I
I lost it in the sofa.
I have 3 notions bags, and that's not enough that are stocked.
Oh yeah.
I have at least 5.
Well, and so
I tend
you
to
can
be a
pick
little
up
excessive.
a Notions thing and you can gift it as is or bring it as is. We also have a couple others that have project bags. This one has a large project bag and a small project bag, a wrist ruler, and a little Yarnia Catrinkles cedar heart.
Cedar heart. So your cedar heart goes in your project bag.
Yeah.
So
We have some
everything
with
stays fresh.
stitch markers and more Catrinkles kits and scissors. We have our Cocoa Knits Fanatic bag, which has one of their
I'm a
mesh
Cocoa Knit
bags.
fanatic.
Pretty much everything.
It
Yeah.
has everything you would ever want. A stitch holder kit, the
Yep.
stitch stoppers, stitch markers, the maker's keep, more
Little
stitch markers, little
triangle
yarn
stitch
snips.
markers, which are
This
All
is another
kinds of
little
them.
mini Cocoa Knits I put together the other day. This is like if you're just getting a maker's keep for the first time, which I love when
Everything you
I'm
need.
placing lots of markers into a project. If you've got something, I was helping somebody with a project where it's like their row is almost 300 stitches long. Marker every 12 stitches. Something like this is so easy.
Use
so
your tools.
maker's
Use your
keep,
tools.
row counter that magnetizes on there.
I just had one
Tiny
flying.
stitch markers and giant stitch markers.
I need some of those
Perfect.
jumbo stitch markers. I
Yeah.
was doing that hat, and I don't have any stitch markers.
Big enough for those
that go-
needles.
well, I have some, but they're 10-year-old craft store ones that are really not comfy.
This has one of our favorite knitting bags, which is
Brainiac.
the Brainiac
I also want the
sweat bag, which is waterproof. I know the hard thing about putting these together
Then
is
we
that
see
I
all
want
the
them.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. we
This
want-
also has the Catrinkles stitch marker set that
Oh,
has
the
slip,
slip,
knit,
the
knit two together.
This
pass
is
the
perfect
stitch
for
over.
somebody who's just taking the shawl class for the first time, or you
There's
know,
a wrap and
making your
turn
first-
little cheat sheet
Oh,
from Catrinkles
That's
and a
very
wrist
handy.
ruler.
Yep.
Yep.
Here's if you love orange as much as I do. Here's a little orange kit with orange notions bag, scissors, Yarnia tape measure, yuzu soap, which is in the orange
Oh,
package.
it's the
and
orange
Chibi
soap.
doesn't come in orange, so we did a little blue for just a little contrast there.
There's another, in this pile I have here, there's another Yarnia one. This one has a Peapod thread notion pouch, some stitch,
Oh, and the little the
needle
felt,
gauge.
yeah,
the
and,
felt
and the
bags.
felt notions bag,
Yep,
which is like
yep.
perfect for corralling. I have my stitch markers on my bracelet today. But like if you have extra ones or loose ones or got the
Yeah.
little wooden ones, like that's perfect for corralling those things.
This one has a little wrist bag, plus the bracelet,
Yeah. Oh,
And-
with the New Jersey one.
with the jersey one and the highlighter tape. Ooh, I found the other orange
the
Yarnia.
elephant, the highlighter tape.
Oh yeah.
Here's a
that's
Yarnia-ish themed orange one. So it's got your orange pouch, your orange highlighter tape. Things are falling down to my right. Yarnia branded other things and a orange wrist ruler. So, you know,
And
for
also-
all your fans.
Well, this
And this is the Yarnia.
this is the Yarnia's biggest fan collection.
Yeah.
I
So
love
if you
that.
love us, if you totally love us, we've got a water bottle, a
We
hat
just have
in
a
our
few of these
orange.
left over from our Kickstarters.
Yep. The Yarniac hand embroidered pouch from Montclair made. All the Yarnia emblazoned things right here in one pouch.
Now, here's one that has one of the Acreworks. Plus, it's for your double pointed needle fan. So you have your Acreworks kit. You have some flexi flips and a flexi flip holder.
Yeah, if you know somebody who's a sock knitter who's never used the flexi flips,
That's a great
they're
gift for them
super.
to try out.
It's a really
Yeah.
nice gift because it's something that you might not get for yourself or think of. But this is all that I knit sweater sleeves on. I've been using them for
Perfect
my
for
socks. Like it really
They're
is.
fun. It really is it's a very unique
Yeah,
tool. It's
I like
new
them a lot.
approach.
This, you can't see what the bag actually says, but it says paws off. And so it has
Paws off
sort of
my knitting.
paws off my knitting, and it has kitty cat stitch markers. Because
Yeah.
seriously, they need to keep their paws off your knitting. So we had just
Is that your life, son?
That is my life. He is obsessed. My cat is obsessed. Here's another one with more Catrinkle stitch markers and knitting cases.
Oh, and this one has the new right side and wrong side heart, friendship bracelet heart thing.
right.
I love those.
The trinkles.
This one is
They're so
really for
cute.
your DPN fanatic. So first off, Team DPN. Me too. A needle gauge from Susan Bates, a little sock keeper for when you're doing socks on double pointed needles.
That's a good idea.
And I
Very
feel
nice.
like I'm missing something else in here.
Well, your whole big
my
DPN case.
and my DPN case.
That's great. That's a very
Yeah.
nice,
Where am I missing that?
nice kit.
So
All
we
right.
have a ton of these Notions kits.
And then we also have some yarn kits.
Yay!
So
Oh, yeah.
we showed Jen's great Rise and Shine Hat and Cowl recently. So
I'll put
we put together.
We're putting together some as seen on
I see it on the
Instagram
podcast.
or as seen on YouTube, or
So, we
some
got
things that we've made that
couple of
we
those
hope
here.
if you love it. We've got kits.
Yep, exactly.
So these are for the Rise and Shine.
And we've got more of those. These are just the two that happen to be in that container.
we just grabbed a couple.
Yep.
Then we've got kits for, this is basically the same kit as Jen used for her
For the shift.
For the
cowl.
shift.
And
Yeah.
we've got this in other colorways as well. Feederbrook Farms yarn, all, pre-selected and pre-kitted. Just grab it and go.
Yeah. Oh, we
And
should
then-
print out photos and put them on the front. I
Oh
could
yeah,
do
that's
that.
a good idea.
There
Yeah.
you go. Do that.
And then this is, if I know a few people said that they loved my night
This
shift
last
episode.
episode's project. Yeah.
So, and I actually printed out my project notes because I had,
There you go.
yeah, so if you want to make one
Just like
using the
Kathleen.
same, then
Yeah.
it's ready here to go.
That's
And,
perfect.
And it was, I'm sorry, I can't read without these glasses. $88, which is not
That's
bad.
a great
and
deal.
It literally is ready to go. And that does not include the pattern, which you already may have. So if you wanted the pattern, it would be $95, I guess. So yeah, so there we go.
So we have a ton of stuff that you guys should
Yeah.
come in.
This table is
Give
going to
a
be
call.
full, as you can see,
Seriously full. Seriously full.
Yeah. Come in, call.
with a lot of So our Small Business Saturday will be and Black Friday, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
We'll
All next
have-
weekend.
Sasha and I are here on Black
We'll have
Friday.
the grab and go knitters kits and crocheters and DPN
Notions.
lovers, Notion stuff, maybe some spinner stuff too.
Oh, I
Oh
put
yes,
together
we
yeah,
can
some
do that.
spinning
Yeah,
stuff,
we haven't.
So we'll put
focus
together
on that
those,
lately.
and then we'll also have lots of kits, lots of as seen on the podcast.
With some of
Ready
our
to go.
favorite patterns, some of our favorite yarns.
Yeah,
Yep,
definitely.
We're gonna do some of those fur cowl kits. We said.
Yeah,
Yep,
we're gonna do the fur cowl
Yes.
because
It's our favorite.
It's a great easy gift.
I think I'm gonna make that. And then also on Black Friday, first thing,
Oh yes, the
the
launch of your
12 Days of Winter Mystery Knit Along
yay!
is going to be launched for pre. So all those will be available also that morning. And when they're gone, those kits.
There's only 20 kits of that.
There's only 20
max,
kits.
Right,
yeah.
20 kits. So it's 12 days of winter. You have 5 days will be yarn.
5 days are yarn, 7 days are other fun treats.
nice.
But you have a gift for 12 days. Yep.
With a
And
pattern from Jen Weissman.
Jen Weissman. Yep,
Shade
that's
Needle
included.
Roll.
Everything you need for the pattern to knit is in the pack.
So if you want to pre-order that kit, which will be delivered before or be actually it'll be in your hands,
Yes, they'll be
Just-
ready for pickup the 15th.
ready for pickup on December 15th with the aim to cast on sometime after December 21st. There will be
The solstice.
Facebook,
Yep.
this winter solstice. There will be Facebook group support for that knit along.
Yep.
We'll
We'll be taking pictures,
all
showing
kinds
progress.
of fun stuff. So, but
Yep.
if you want to get that kit with all the gifties and all of that fun stuff, you should contact us on Black Friday. Either come in or
Yep.
call, because when those kits are done, those kits are done.
Yep.
That's not to say that we can't put together something for you,
Yeah,
but
we can
it
put-
won't be
But
the
together.
it won't be using all our trunk show yarn.
It
and
won't be with the
everything.
trunk show yarn. It won't be.
And
it
it
won't
won't have
have
all
the
the
gifties.
gifties, and it won't be packaged because it's going to be a nice package. It'll be like literally you can just
Perfect for gifting.
perfect
So if this
with
is
a bow.
something you want for
all wrapped,
Hanukkah,
yeah.
or something that you want for Christmas,
or something for the solstice.
or something for your solstice, or for Kwanzaa, or for whatever you are celebrating this
Festivus.
cold.
Festivus.
Yeah, yes, for
the rest.
whatever you're celebrating this Festivus season, just don't delay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right.
I think this is it. We got a ton
think
of
we're
stuff,
tired.
guys. So just remember to like and subscribe us. Like and subscribe to us. Words are hard. Down below. Follow us on Instagram at Shop Yarnia, on Facebook at Yarnia LLC, Snapchat occasionally, Shop Yarnia, and also don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, where we're going to have some selected versions of these pictured on our next newsletter, so you can really take a look in detail. You can go to our website, which is shopyarnia.com, and scroll all the way down to the bottom. And check out our classes on shopyarnia.com as well. But in the meantime, if we don't see you, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.